Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're gonna be talking about the hop-up unit, like the new hop-up unit that Wolverine invented, like the one that have a petting panting thing on. And today I'm gonna be giving my review. I've tested it for 3-4 weeks, quite extensive. I've been testing which setup works best, and I'm gonna share tips and tricks from what I learned from using the Phoenix Hop. I hope you enjoy. It's gonna be a really freaking long video and there's a lot of work put into it, so please remember to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Video is sponsored by Silent Industries and Airsoft Armory. Okay, buckle in. This is gonna be a long ride. If you really are interested in airsoft or Wolverine stuff, you're gonna watch the whole movie. If you just want to watch the good bits, find them, because I'm not gonna tell you where they are. So first I want to talk about installing the Phoenix Hop. I have the Phoenix Hop in this MTW. I will take it apart real quick because at this point, with all the time I've taken it apart, I can probably take this gun apart in 2 seconds, I think. I was gonna say 2 seconds, obviously not 2 seconds. So, installing the Phoenix Hop up in this weapon, I was told it was kinda easy. It is kinda easy to take apart your MTW. It literally takes no brain to take it apart. I've never taken any weapons apart before, actually. I've never done any modding on any weapon. I've actually never like taken any weapon apart before. I watched Rich's Wolverine's video on YouTube of how to take your stuff apart. Of course I drop it on the ground. Of how to take your stuff apart. So if I can take the weapon apart, you can definitely take the weapon apart, because I'm not extremely gifted, let's say it like that. So that's the engine, the little that's the magic. Let's take out the Phoenix Hop. Oh yeah, it's stuck. It's like stuck inside the thing every single time. That's my first problem. So this is actually gonna be a very positive review. I have a lot of good stuff to say about this product. 1 second. I have a ton of good stuff to say about this product, but it's so freaking snug. Let me try to take it out real quick. I have my special tool I have here. A bottle opener, but I'll put tape around it so I'm not gonna scratch anything up inside. So if I take this out real quick. So this is my Phoenix Hop setup. It goes like this. It's not how it comes stock. Like, this is not how it is. So first off, I have a 6.01 barrel. I was testing a 6.001 barrel at some point, but yeah, it's crazy to use that. So this is my Phoenix Hop up setup. I'm using the Phoenix Hop, which is extremely good quality. I changed out the standard hop arm that it comes with, which is in plastic. I changed it out with the blue CNC hop 1.0 from Salient Industries. I will link in the description what I used to it. This hop arm gave me a insane amount of extra stability, efficiency. It gave better groupings in general when I'm shooting, but I just said insane, but it's minimal, but it's there. Then I have green G&G rubber plus the upper arm plus the Phoenix Hop plus the different barrel. You don't need to change the barrel from the standard MTW, like the barrel it comes with. Like, it shoots completely fine. You get a little tighter groupings with a 6.01. I feel like you get a tighter. They did a test where they tested all kind of different barrel millimeters, like all kinds of stuff, and like they came up with what they think works best. This has worked best for me, from my personal experience. 6.01 stainless steel barrel has worked best for me, so that's what I'm using. Plus green D&D rubber, the bucking, the hopper arm. That's it. So when you want to get this, hop back into hop up unit, back into your stuff. Yeah, wow, one second, technical issues. Okay, so when you want to put the Phoenix hop back into your weapon, it's really snug from my experience. So you want to make sure you align it properly when you put it inside the weapon. When you get down here, it's important to align it properly with the feeding tube when you want to push it back in, because it is actually extremely snug. I mean, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. For me, it's been sometimes it's been extremely hard to get it back out when I've been testing a million different kind of buckins. Like, sometimes it's almost stuck in there, but the more I've been using it, the better it's become. So, I mean, if you're lucky and you find something that works the very first time, I mean, good for you, right? So then that means it works. Then you don't have to worry about anything. Then we put back in the engine real quick. We push down the weapon. This is the way I do it. Push down the engine. I put the thing in that keeps the engine in it. I push in yes, this one. This is cringe. There we go. I'll have this in. Then we put back this electrical thingy thing. If I can do it, as I said, you can do it too. Like the MTW is pretty genius in this way. It literally allows everyone to do something on it. We plug in the solenoid, is that what it's called? You guys are learning here with me. So the plan was for me to make something completely down on earth. I don't see myself as a tech guy. I just like to shoot. I like to make videos. So yeah. Good. That's in the solenoid. Be very careful. The cord going to it looks very. It doesn't look too good. That's it. But I mean, yeah. Put back down the hose. Is that what you call it? The air hose. So the way I put mine in is I make the air hose go to the right place. Then I put in this one first, because then the alignment for this here already fits perfect. So you just do like this. Boom. That's the weapon. So I tested a bunch, and when I say a bunch, I tested a bunch of different setups, and it was very hard to find the right solution. And remember, you have to use this tool, this little tool here. This is the tool you use to loosen or tighten the Phoenix hub, which is oh yeah, Wolverine. It'll be very smart because I'm pretty dumb. I mean, if I'm pretty dumb, I'm sure there's other dumb people out there. But I'm pretty dumb, and I didn't know when it was tightening. Is that what you call it? And when it loosened up. So if you had like arrows on it or something like that says like tight or loosen or whatever, that would be pretty nice. But yeah, so I tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different buckings. I tested different knobs, but it ended up using the MTW 1.0 hub arm, which doesn't take a knob. So I mean, it doesn't take a knob. This is from the Salient Industries, by the way. This is some really cool shit. You can't get the bucking yet. That might be something he's going to release. It's hybrid R-hop, and it works really freaking good. But I mean, I had to test a bunch of different things and bunch of different solutions. So yeah, as I said, I came up with the final solution of the best setup for me, being what I already told you. I tested it. I have some videos of me testing it, and I will show quickly here. Hello YouTube. So we're gonna test the weapon with a Mad Bull stainless steel 6.01 millimeters with G&D green rubber and the standard hop-up house and the standard, like pretty much everything. And then we will go to check with the Phoenix and the different versions of the setup we can run. We're gonna be testing the weapon on 28 meters as the first one. So let's see what we can get out of this. The setup of the weapon, it's gonna be orientated on performance and consistency. And the way I'm gonna be reaching that is by running the weapon at 1.1. Oops, let's get the air intake in the weapon, the hose. We're gonna be running the gun at 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1 joule with 0.30 gram BBs. So yeah, let's see here. We're gonna be testing the weapon. Let's see how we can get the hits.
The first clip you see here is with stock hop units that comes with the MTW with green D&D bucking and 6.01 stainless steel barrel.
Is it recording? It's blinking. Okay, so let's do here first at 28 meters. See how we're gonna hit. Full auto. On 28 meters, this is how it looks. A full magazine on 140 rounds and only a few misses. This is quite impressive. Let's see with the different setups. We have the Phoenix hop-up. The Phoenix hop-up is put on the barrel now, and we are using the 2.0 MTW with the yellow knob from Salient Industries plus the 50 degrees bucking. Okay, let's do 5 shots, 5 groupings. That's one grouping with 5. Let's see how it's gonna be. We changed the setup, the same setup as the first time, except we changed the hopper arm. The hopper arm is the 1.01 now. We played around with BBs and the same amount of joules. With 0.30 gram BBs, it didn't work at all. Like the the grouping was like all over the place. With 0.36, the grouping it's really good. But I will show you right now. First, I'm gonna be testing is with 0.30 gram BBs. I'm aiming at the bottom of the paper box down there. With full auto. They're pretty uneven and inconsistent. Okay, now we're gonna try with 0.36 gram BBs, which I have found that works best.
I'm extremely impressed by the grouping and how extremely precise it is.
Okay, det er en god. Det er skide
Here I'm
god
saying the
grouping.
grouping is
Det er en
really
virkelig
good
god
with
grouping
full
med
auto. Just to do a quick update here, because I'm not gonna show you every single test I did. I tested around 8 different combinations on this day, and I tested around 15 different combinations together, like with every single like test I've done. I'm gonna show you just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna show you some insane gameplay with the thing, so it actually shows how precise it is in real life. Because shooting at something like this, it doesn't really matter. Like it really doesn't matter. It's not a moving target. It's we need to see what it is to hit a body-sized target. Because if I can hit something that's like, it's 15 centimeters, like from the middle and out. If I can hit something like this right now, like it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's cool and nice, but I mean, you need to see the real deal, like when I'm gonna play. So yeah. So what happened here now is something I thought I fixed. So the first day I came to play on the field, it completely ruined my day because I had so many jams. But I managed to fix it later on. But see here how it is when it happens.
0.30 gram BBs. What?
Ja, Niklas, hvor skal vi hen?
What?
Okay, I don't know what I showed you, but I guess I will find out in editing. I tried it, as I told you, I tried a lot of different solutions, and 80% of it just didn't work. Like, I don't know, I couldn't get it to work, and I had a tech with me, actually, a really well-known tech. Well-known, I guess you could say. He's extremely good. My cat is going nuts. And he should be able to make it work, but there were so many setups that didn't work very well. But finally we came up with a setup that worked. I had to set up the Phoenix hub for the right thing, so you don't get mid-cap syndrome, syndromes of syndromes, you don't get double feeding, you don't get misfeeding, you don't get jams. which was a hell for me to set up. Because as I told you, I don't have any tagging skills, and I did a lot of this myself too. Wolverine, Rich, has a video where he's explaining how the Phoenix hop works, where he tells you what to do, loosen up, tighten. If you have all of these problems, I will link in the description what you have to, to the video. What works and what doesn't work. I mean, I watched the video 50 times, and when something didn't work, I said in the video, and it still didn't work for me because it's very hard to find the right setup. I would like to say I have a friend who bought the hop-up house, the hop-up unit, whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, the hop-up unit, and within 15 minutes he's worked. Worked perfectly fine. He used a different setup than me, and it just worked. It was just like, he called me, he's like, oh, it works. No problem, no feeding problem, no anything. Just worked. So, I mean, you can, maybe I'm just, well, I know I'm extremely unlucky, but after quite a while I managed to make it work. Then I took it to game day. I have one game day where I played with it, where it had jams. Where I managed to get jams, and obviously I didn't bring my my tool to loosen the hop-up unit or tighten or whatever. So I tested at home on as I showed you guys, on a grouping 30 meters, like a grouping on 30 meters, where the grouping was extremely tight, but I mean that's obviously inside, so there's no air. I will show a picture right here.
This is inside 30 meters, and this is the best grouping I managed to get. Obviously it's inside, and that means there's no wind to affect the BBs, but this is just to show how good you can get the Phoenix hop if you actually manage to have the correct settings and the correct setup.
is that how you do it? And it's obviously inside, as I said. So I set it up, it was working perfectly. It is working perfectly. I come to the field, I play. When I put in my magazine, the first 10 BBs is like, when I just go to the moon. I empty like 5 mags, and then it doesn't happen anymore. I was like, okay, whatever, I guess it just had to be shot in, like, I don't know. So after 5 mags, it just works perfectly. I have a full game day where it's set. I'm not overhopping. I never want to overhop my BBs. I don't like overhopping. I don't like when it doesn't go in a straight line. I just want a straight line, and that's it. I'm using 1.5 joules, and this day I was using 0.32 gram BBs. I usually use 0.36 gram BBs, but I didn't have any. And I was shooting around, it's 52 meters. Like, there's like a pan you can hit, like a pan size target. It's like this pan. It wasn't very windy. I will show you gameplay from the day. Like, I will show you some small clips and explain what I think about it, where you can see what I'm shooting. Like, I'm literally shooting from 40 meters, 50 meters in like holes that's this size. Okay, this size, this doesn't mean shit to you, but like that's like my head size. Like, we often forget that this is just airsoft, and there's obviously rules, physics rules and stuff that comes into all of this. So when people say, yeah, my weapon is shooting a 600 kilometers, 50,000 feet, whatever, it's completely precise. The wind doesn't affect it, nothing affects it. It's literally it's a laser. It's the best. I can literally close my eyes and hit people around the corner. That's how freaking good this weapon is. Let's try to, I'm being realistic here in this video. On 50, it's 52 meters, I think, 52, 54 meters. I'm shooting at a pan-sized target, and around 8 out of 10 of the shots I hit. There's a little bit of wind during the day, a little bit of side wind, so that obviously does something. So if I keep shooting the same place and the wind stops, it flies by. So whatever. But I mean, that's how it is. It's literally airsoft, and shooting with so little joules. I mean, that's a little joules in Denmark where I come from, and such a lightweight BB. I mean, that's to expect it. You literally cannot expect you shoot 70 meters and every single time you shoot, it's literally gonna hit like a small hand-sized target. I mean, If you shoot 5 joules with 0.50 grams BBs on a sniper, sure, maybe, but I mean, there's still like physics, you know? So after this whole setup, and I got the Phoenix hop to work differently than what it like to actually work. During the whole day, I had some insane results, I don't know if it's just me being crazy, but during the day, I used less air in my tank. I filled it up once, and from 10 in the morning to 4:30 during the noon, is that what you say? During the day, 4:30, 16:30 during the day, I literally hadn't even emptied my tank, and I shot a lot. I used around 4k BBs, I think. Like I used a bag, like a bag of Mad Bull, like I think bag of Mad Bull, 4k BBs. Let's say in best, like it was 3.5k BBs, and without emptying my tank. That's kinda insane. I also realized quick, I never use auto. Like I have a video where I'm completely massacring like 50 people in one game with full auto. But I usually don't use auto. But with the new thing here, like I've realized like the grouping is so much tighter. I don't know if it's because of the just the hop-up house itself, or like the new hop-up arm, like this for example, you know, like this is the 2.0. Can you see? Is this how you do it? MTV 2.0. Like I'm using the 1.0. I'm not sure if it's because of that, but I think it's the whole setup, like the whole package. Like using a different hop-up arm, a CNC hop-up arm, using the Phoenix unit, using the green D&D rubber, and a decent quality barrel, I would say. I mean, it's not PDI, but I mean, I would almost bet my cap, like eat my cap, and say it's the same quality barrel I'm getting from what I have. And with the results, it's absolutely insane. I will show you some gameplay here, like quickly, wherever on the screen. And I will talk over the gameplay and say how I think and how I feel, yeah? So, yeah, enjoy. Quickly before showing you, like, the gameplay, I just realized, normally people would shoot, like, at a target, at, like, really good condition, pretty much no wind, have, like, a camera, like, showing how the grouping is. I've showed you a little bit earlier, but not a lot. But when I thought about it, I was like, I'd rather have some gameplay, because gameplay is the only thing that really matters. I mean, anyone can have really good results in the perfect conditions, of course. I mean, go inside a wind tunnel, shoot, you'll pretty much have the same result with any weapon. I would pretty much say, like, I mean, any weapon wouldn't be able to shoot like 60, 70, 80, 100 meters or whatever feet, like 200 feet, whatever. Like, not every weapon will be able to do that. That's just how it is. But I mean, you would be able to get good results with any weapon inside of a wind tunnel. So I'm gonna show you, as I told you before, I'm gonna show you some gameplay where I will talk over it, where I will tell you like how long it is, like how long I'm shooting, like how freaking precise it is. So yeah.
So between me and the opponent I'm shooting at now, there's around 50 to 60 meters and a ton of vegetation, and I'm just shooting through it. I know it's a lot of BBs, but I'm still hitting him. The clip you're gonna be seeing now is me shooting people that's all over 35 meters away. Remember, I have a zoom cam that zooms in 40 meters or whatever. The last guy I shoot is around 55 meters away, and I can only see his head, and I still managed to get a kill. It's quite impressive. I'm shooting all of these guys in very small places. I'm shooting them ahead when you can only see the top of the head, or like when you can see them behind the barrel through the little crack. Like, it's insanely precise.
Ja, jeg har masser af overbak. Jeg har nakket 4 midt.
So I guess I have to come up with a conclusion for the Phoenix Hub. And there's a bunch of different questions I'm asking myself with the Phoenix Hub. And one of the questions I'm asking myself, what is good about the Phoenix Hub? What is good about it? What does it do that I like? First off, it's more air efficient. You can shoot way more BBs because it's possible for you to make it way more air efficient. The setup I'm using is making it more air efficient so I can shoot more BBs, so I have to refill my flask less during the day. And that's a bonus for me because I hate that I have to refill it a couple times on the field in a day. On my main field, it's not a problem. But when I go to other fields where it maybe costs a lot of money to get it refilled, it's not as fun. It's not nice to have to refill it. Then I can conclude that I have a better grouping with the 1.0 CNC hop-up arm from Salient Industries. I will put a link below. I have a way better grouping with that and the Phoenix Hub than I did with the standard hop-up unit that comes with it plus the 1.0. I have a way better grouping, way better. That could be because of like many things, like I don't know, but I mean the setup I'm running right now in my MTW is exactly the same setup I was running when it was stock. Like not stock, like with the stock hub-up unit. MTW 1.0 CNC arm, Phoenix hub-up unit, 6.01 stainless steel barrel, the green G&G bucking. Just works. What can I say? Like, it's literally shooting lasers. Like, I don't know. I don't shoot full auto. Like, but I mean, it's extremely consistent. It's just so consistent. Like, it's easy for me to hit BBs, hit people. Extremely easy. So yeah, better groupings. I have better full auto groupings too. It's just better. The BBs doesn't spread as wide like with the other hop up, like the other unit, the stock unit. The spread of the full auto is wider, like way wider. And when I say way, it's not like this is like with the new and this is with the other one, like, but it's noticeable. Like, it's noticeable. Like, there's less stray BBs, if you understand. Less stray BBs. When I say that, I mean like there's less random BBs that just flies to wherever it wants to go to, like BB graveyard or whatever. Like, we all know that when you do full auto, sometimes there's just some stray BBs that just have a mind of its own. I don't know. So it has more adjustability, like the Phoenix Hub. You can use way more boggings. You can R-hub it easier because you can get a better seal and a better placement of the BB when it comes inside of the Phoenix hub-up unit. Like the unit, like this, like the BB will always be the same place inside the unit. Let's say this is my USB. Let's say this is the unit. You need to watch the video Rich has, by the way, like made. Like I say, this unit, because of the unit we're using now, like the BB, let's say the BB comes in right here. It's always the same spot. It's always going to be the same spot because of the locking mechanism, the lips or whatever inside of the hop-up unit. It's always going to be the same place. Always. And that's just how it is. So that obviously gives you better consistent. Obviously, that's not difficult to understand. Because in a normal BB, as Rich is saying it, in the normal unit that we're using, it didn't have that. So every single time, let's say you had a flat hop like on a knob, every single time, R-hop, I mean, let's take that, that's a better, because like the knob and stuff is big and stuff. So on the R-hop, like the BB can literally hit different points of the R-hop. And obviously it's not going to be as consistent. So more consistent. So more air efficient, better grouping in semi, better grouping in full auto, more adjustable, and more buckings and combinations you can use that would give you better results. The minuses,
with the Phoenix Hub unit. For me, a minus is that it's so difficult to set up. It was difficult to get to work with all the different buckings. There were some buckings that just didn't work, but I mean, that's how it always is. That's how it always is with a lot of airsoft stuff. It's just something that doesn't work, and that's just how it is. Whatever. But it took a long time to make work. But when it finally worked, it really works. So yeah. I'm not sure if I'm happy with the range, like 100%, but I mean, it's pretty good. I said I don't want to overhop, and if it can shoot 52 meters or whatever, 55 meters without overhopping, I think that's okay. I mean, if I'm happy with it, that's good. I mean, it's not a sniper, so, well, you can use it as a sniper if you want to with higher joules. So, it's difficult to set up. That's a minus for me. The unit is very tight. Like when you put it inside of the MTW. The first time I put it in and I had to take it out again, I actually couldn't take it out. It was actually stuck, so I had to use like my secret tool here. So I put some what is it called? Some tape on it here, like some tape, so I could put it inside and put this part on the hop up where the BB goes in and push out without denting anything or breaking anything. Like, it was extremely snug, like extremely snug and tight. I actually almost couldn't get it out. I was like panicking. So it was too tight to get out, but I mean, that's, yeah. Then there's actually another thing I just came up. The wheel, like you're turning to adjust the hop, is extremely tight. It's so goddamn mother flower tight. It's crazy. It's so tight. Like when I try to like change the hop on the field, it's very difficult. I need to take off my glove and use like my nail. It's so tight. Another minus for me is that when I had to adjust it, I didn't understand how to do it. Maybe I didn't read the manual. Let's see here real quick so I don't look stupid, huh? Let's see the manual. Does it come with a manual? No, it says thank you for purchasing the thing. Doesn't come with a manual. Maybe there's one on the website. But when I had to loosen or tighten, I didn't understand. But I after a lot of trying, I obviously managed to find out how it works. So I mean, that would be nice. Like it's like an arrow that points towards left, and it's like loosen, and one towards right, and it says tighten, whatever. Like, I mean, doesn't need to be, but it's just nice. Yeah, I don't think there's more things. I think, like, when you think about all those small things, that it's really hard to set up. That, I mean, it has to be set up once. That's it. When it's set up, and it's gonna work for like who knows how long time. It's a HPA system. It literally works forever. Like well, not forever, you know. Like, don't take me on that disclaimer. Like, things break, but I mean, it's gonna last for a long time. So yeah, it's nice. Now you're wondering, like, is it worth to buy the Phoenix Hub unit? When I think about it, I think it's worth it to buy. Me personally, I love when you can make things better. The standard MTW you buy out of the box is already extremely good for the price of $640 or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. Like, when I bought it, it was a little bit cheaper because it's a long time ago. But times change. But like, it's $640 now, I think. That's a really cheap HPA airsoft gun. It's not a system. I mean, it is a system, but you're getting the gun, you're getting the engine, you're getting everything. It just works when you buy it. That's it. Like, $640. That's cheap. Then you can buy the Phoenix unit to it to make it even better. To already a cheap weapon, because it's cheap. You might be like, oh, it's not cheap. I mean, it's cheap for an HPA system with a shell. That's literally what you're buying. You're buying a HPA system with a shell that works, where alignments are good, everything just works. That is freaking cheap in my book. If I had to buy a shell, a good looking shell I want, I would have to sacrifice a lot of money. Let's say I want this shell and it's gonna be like for 300-400 bucks, like a really good looking shell. You have to get the internals too, because the internals are there. Then you have to buy the HPA system, the FCU, like all that shit. Then you're already over the price. You're already over what it costs. I mean, and if you can't do it yourself, you're definitely gonna be over the price, because you're gonna have to pay someone's salary who's doing it. I mean, of course it's worth. So, is it worth to get the Phoenix Hub unit? You want more air efficiency, better grouping in auto and semi. You want to have more adjustable setups with buckings and combination, like bucking combinations and stuff. Yeah, oh, of course it's worth it. Do you have the time to set it up? If you do, or get someone to do it for you, you're gonna get a better weapon. It's just gonna be better. So yes, it's worth to buy if you can get over the hurdles of all the small inconveniences. Google Translate. Inconvenient. You know what I mean, man. Get over all the small hurdles. Then it's an amazing upgrade. I would definitely buy again, or tell my friends to buy the Phoenix unit. Thank you for watching my video. It was a long model flipping video. There's a lot of information, a lot of things, a lot of work gone into it. This has literally taken like 2 months because of Corona to make. I filmed on different days, different occasions, different sites, like tested on 2 different airsoft fields, tested on a field just to shoot where I rented the field, like gotten help from a tech from Airsoft Armory, like there's so many things and so many parts in this movie that you don't know about, but like, there's so many moving parts that I'm trying to actually make better content. So you better like the video, you better subscribe, you better leave a goddamn good comment where you say, oh my god, this is such content, much wow, such impressment. Corona. Impressment. so impressive, whatever. Like the video, man. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.